Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Datsweetnurse. Thank you so much for my returning subscribers who are watching this video. And if this is the first time you're coming across this video, please do well to like, share, and subscribe. Now let's move to what we have for today. Today we have a very interesting and serious topic. In the sense that I've heard a lot of people say, does infection come as a result of dirtiness? When you see a lady or a guy that has infection, the first thing that comes to your mind is that this guy is dirty, this girl is dirty. But today we want to actually know if some certain lifestyles can actually lead to recurrent infections, or if dirtiness is the sole cause of recurrent infections. Now, firstly, one of the reasons why you're having recurrent infections is lack of sleep. Yes, while you sleep, your body releases these proteins called cytokines that helps fight inflammation and infections. So now when you sleep less, I know they told you don't mind doctors that say sleep so you'll be productive, but it all has to do with wisdom. Like, you have to create a balance on how you're going to go about this and still be productive. So when you sleep less, one thing is that your body won't produce these infection fighting cells, and thereby suppressing, or your body will no longer be able to wall off the bacteria as it should. So even when you go to the hospital and treat some infections, because you're not getting enough sleep, the bacteria that are still there will not also go off because your immune system is not able to wall them off. Then secondly, we have alcohol and smoking. One thing smoking does is that those smokes suppresses your immune system, just like the alcohol. They weaken your immune defense, and like we've said, once your immune system is low, it won't be able to wall off the normal bacteria as it should. And then thirdly, we have no structural issues. Now, this happens when your body is not put together. Example, someone who has an abnormally shaped urinary tract will not be able to, will be more prone to infections recurrently because the urinary tract is not shaped properly. And then fourthly, we have hereditary issues. Hereditary as a factor. Now, some infections, like, we're not just talking about vaginal yeast or everywhere, we're talking about infections generally. Some infections like pneumonia can be as a result of genetic factors, like it can be genetic. And then we have not washing your hands. You see, washing your hands is a very important discussion. Like I usually say, your hand is a very important part of your body, in the sense that we use the hands for a lot of things. You use your hands to wipe after the toilet, you use your hands to cook, you use your hands to bathe, you use your hands to open the doorknobs and every other thing. But let's just imagine you go outside and then you greet a guy. This is one of the reasons why I don't started like greeting guys, because Jesus, man, they pee everywhere, and then you want to now go and greet this guy, and probably he just peed and he didn't wash his hand, and then you now just shake him, high five, and then you will come back to your house, and with that same hand you open your doorknobs, walk into your hands. I think the best thing you can do is just to go and wash your hands under a running water with soap, because most of you will just come back and just sit down and then take your food and eat, and what you're doing is just cause contamination of infection and causing unnecessary harm to yourself. So if you adopt hand hygiene as a very important process, it is going to help you reduce the effects of recurrent infections, because our hands goes to our eyes, unconsciously it goes to your nose, unconsciously it goes to your mouth, you even unconsciously take it to your ear, we use it to wash down there, and a lot of things. So the best thing you can do to this part of the body that actually reaches out to every other part is by keeping it clean, so that you know that you've lessened your rate or your possibility of cross-contamination, which will thereby reduce your risk of having recurrent infections. And then moving on, we have antibiotics. Most of us have now become licensed professional, oga doctor, oga pharmacist. See, but you don't necessarily need to prescribe, and it's not necessary. You don't need to prescribe antibiotics to yourself. It's not in your disposition to do that. And the worst thing is that once you've done this self-prescription, you will now take the normal dose and you feel like it's not working, and then you go and take another one. Who sent you? You're not supposed to do those things. One thing you're doing is the fact that this bacteria has become resistant, especially when you've overused your antibiotics or when you don't even use it properly. So if you want to use and antibiotics, you should please go to the hospital and run a test to see the bacteria, and they will tell you what the bacteria is sensitive or resistant to, and you will take them. And then we have diabetes. One thing diabetes does is the fact that, you know, sugar will help the yeast to bind to the vaginal cells well. So once you have diabetes, you are prone to having recurrent infections. And then finally are immune disorders. If you have any immune related disorder or any immune related condition, like we just said earlier, if your immune system is low, it will be able to produce infection fighting cells that will wall off the bacteria. So once your immune system is low or you have immune related disorders, you're going to be prone to having recurrent infection. So hope this video was helpful. Hope you've learned that it's not solely about hygiene, but lifestyle and then other related conditions in your body, or if your body or urinary tract is not structured well. So hope you enjoyed the video. Please do well to like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell to see more educative videos like this. Thank you.